Hey guys, who's ready for a compilation video? First off, I don't know if I've done this, but I wanted to show off my ever-growing collection of comic books. And, of course, you know I am a comic book fan, and now I'm really becoming one because I now have collecting comic books. First off, I want to get these books out of the way. These four books are not really comics, these are free preview books for Marvel, which are definitely thicker. These are two free preview Marvel books. The back covers. And these are the two free DC comics I got. Although they're both on the back advertising series, movies and series. Doom Patrol, which I have no issue on watching, and then this. I am so hyped for this movie. Plus, to be fair, I'm not going to exactly turn down, even if the previews, who's going to turn down a free comic book? First off, let's start off with the first comic book I ever owned, which would not be this, it would be this one. This is X-Men. This is an X-Men comic book that my dad got from a friend and he gave it to me. I never read it once because I didn't like the feel of the paper. But yeah, this is really an old school comic because, one, the colors of Wolverine's costume with the brown instead of like the blue or the gold, but also because of the pricing on it. $1 for a comic book. You ain't gonna get that anymore. Okay, so let's start off with now what I have gotten into with comics, which is actually not superheroes. This is the first comic book I read off of the comic book store, BuyMeToys.com, or BuyMeToys.comics. This is Conan, the Barbarian, Savage Sword. I don't know what it was about Conan that hooked me, but I'll just say this. Of all the characters I have, this is the character I have the most of reoccurring. So, let's get him out of the way. Here's issue number 2 of the Savage Sword. And also, I've been looking for issue number 3, and I can't find it at this comic book place. Not to them, but yeah, I just can't find it. I find issues 6 through 8, but I can't find issue number 3. Next up in Conan, my two newest comic books as well. We just got Conan the Barbarian, which I'm not sure if these are all connected, and if they are, I don't care. If they're not, I don't care. If they are, I couldn't care because it's cool. It's just Conan the Barbarian. Pretty cool. Oh, they aren't connected. Different people have made these books. Okay, that's definitely better. And this is King Conan. Again, I don't know why I have so much Conan. He's just such a cool character. Next up, the thickest comic book in my collection. This is The Question, The Deaths of Vic Sage. This is book number 2. And just like Savage Swords 3, I can't find book number 1. I couldn't find that many really good, interesting looking, because the only thing I really do is kind of judge them by how much I like the character and how cool the comic book cover is. That's what kind of lured me to this, since I love The Question, and in my opinion, he does not get enough love that he should be deserving. I would love to see like a Question free series or a movie based on The Question. He's one of my favorite comic book characters. But I just settled on getting book number 2, and I also have seen book number 4. Can't find book 1 and book 3. Yeah, I love The Question. Next up are the oddballs. We got Hercules. So weird. But just like freaking. Wait, what? But just like with Conan, he's such a cool character. I mean, look at this. That's cool. That's a cool cover, man. Oh, this is old school. Look what it's promoting on the back. Xbox 360, Xbox Live, PlayStation 3, Sega, and the Nintendo DS, and Wii. What the heck? This is old. This is a... Oh, it's because it's promoting the first Thor movie. Thor the video game. Okay. Next up we got... Who's this one? Oh, yeah. This is Ghost Rider. Return of Vengeance. Got this the last time I went to the comic book store. I love the Ghost Rider. Just like with Question. And I say this also with, I'll just get him since I'm about to talk about him. Oh, this is a thick one too. I think this is thicker than... Okay, so that's not a question. This is the thickest one because I think this is a graphic novel instead of a classic comic book. Daredevil. These two, I love. I love these two characters, especially their movies. They're movies that people have crapped on. I love them. I love this movie, and I love these two movies. I love the Ghost Rider, and I love Spirit of Vengeance, and I love Daredevil. They were such good movies. Also, I remember someone asked the question who could win MCU Ghost Rider, which was Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Ghost Rider, or Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider. Johnny Blaze, no question. And the last one in my collection, I got this because I am very hyped about the movie coming out. You got Morbius, the living vampire. And as you'll of course notice, all of these will have issue number 1 unless I can't find it. Because, of course, you got to start off this. If you get this is just me. If I'm getting a comic book, I'm going to start at the story's beginning. So yeah, that's just my insane comic book collection. I don't know. Actually, I do know. I don't know how I got into comic books. I do, actually. It was a TikToker by the name of the Panda Red. He's a comic book TikToker. I love watching his videos, and the amount of stuff he puts into his comic book collection and his skits just got me completely hooked onto comic books. So yeah, I got a lot of them. And while I have you, I'll just show you this right now. Also, we went to Target after me and my sister left the comic book store. And shockingly, the pop culture section was actually organized. Anyone who's gone to Target knows that place is never organized. And I found this. This is Mirabel from Encanto. I love this movie. I haven't seen it fully. I've seen clips on YouTube, and I put together the movie. I love this movie. I got 2 of them. I got Mirabel, and my sister got Isabella. There was also Luisa. I wish they had Bruno. But of course we don't talk about Bruno. We'll sing a whole freaking song about the guy. We won't talk about him. I love this movie so much. And the final thing I wanted to do is, as I said last time, or as I said yesterday after the Zodiac reading, time for Regrettable Superhero time. Oh man, the book's a little damaged on the back, but oh well. Let's have to take better care of it. League of Regrettable Superhero, or as I will call it, Stupid Canon Superheroes. Let's open this. Whoa! I don't know if I've done this guy, but this is a guy that will never fly in today. Good. This is Gunmaster. Here's a character that will never fly in today's society, and his sidekick, Bullet, the gun boy. What the frick is this? Get back in the train, President Grant. They're after you. Debut in 1960. How many guns does he own? So many guns. What the heck? Does he have any superpowers? My enemies have guns. I have better ones. So it sounds like... Okay, that just makes me sound like... That's not a knife. That's a knife. But with guns. What in the heck? So he was a trick shot artist, it seems. Wait. I'm just seemingly telling civilian careers as an apprentice gunsmith. He's a pacifist! For those who don't know what that actually means, a pacifist is someone who hates violence. What? Your name is Gunmaster and you're a pacifist? So his logic is he'll only unshed his guns if he needs to. He has no superpowers, but he's basically like Deadpool. He has the magic sack for guns. So he's kind of like Zorro. He's a Wild West character. He's like Zorro, Lone Ranger, but more guns. There's only a couple dozen appearances. Bad idea to wear white too. 5 men whose only thought was to get Gunmaster. They planned and waited, and now the time is at hand. Here are more freaking covers of this guy. If there's ever a comic book character who'll never fly again, it's Gunmaster. What the heck? This is insane. Wait a minute, what? Marvel Comics' original Ghost Rider was an Old West gunslinger possessed of the clever idea to douse his costume and his horse in eerie fluorescent paint to appear ghost-like to crooks. What? Oh, it gets better. Awkwardly, it turns out that Tactic, as well as his all-white costume, his brief adopted alternate alias, the Night Rider, were all ideas also employed by the Ku Klux Klan. Okay. What the fuck? See, he doesn't. Of course, he doesn't wear spandex. He wears like a cowboy costume or something like that. This is probably my favorite of these characters I've done. Oh my god, this is so insane. I'm also a bad person because if I ever found a comic book of this guy, I would buy it. Okay. So he has no powers. He's just guns. He's like Deadpool minus the healing factor with guns only, and no swords or anything like that. When his civilian identity is accused of cowardice, he thinks, she may be right. I'm too cowardly to live by the principles I think are right. Then goes on to it and says, if I must resort to guns as they do, then I will be a master of the weapon. My enemies have guns, I have better ones. They have skill, I will match that and better. If I must fight, then I will win. What the fuck? Oh, here's something. His sidekick Bullet the Gun Boy. His civilian guise is Bob Teleb. Bob Teleb. I'll let you spell that backwards by yourself. What? Oh, great. His field colorful supervillains. A wild Apache warrior Hawk. A criminal genius known as Brains, and a hypnotic menace called the Barker. Oh god, this is probably my favorite one of stupidity I've gotten in this crap. Okay, there's the compilation of videos. Gunmaster. Oh my god. The thing is, I feel like every kid growing up playing superheroes has at one point played this kind of character without knowing it was a real character. Just doesn't have any superpowers. He's just a bad with guns and no superpowers, just guns. I feel like every kid has one time played that kind of character. Little did they know it existed in the 1960s. Oh my god.